following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
She needs to be wearing a dress.
Right, so what are you guys doing in the evening? As you're aware, it is Compline. You two, with Seraphine, are in the underground resistance hideout, which just happens to resemble a tap room. And you are with key members of the resistance who are sitting around and just sort of discussing things furtively.
Okay, well, I'm going to listen in to hear what they're actually discussing.
Yeah.
More specifically. No, I'm not. It's all just whispers and conspiracy theories to me.
I hear a bit. 7.
It seems to me that they're sort of mainly just talking about how much they're going to take out the man, and they're going to restore the proper way of doing things because they don't like what has happened recently.
Okay.
And they hate everyone and everything to do with the current regime, and certainly don't hope that the Prime Minister gets better from his mysterious illness.
You know, Saphira, it must have been only a week or 2 weeks since Roman got to the capital, right?
I lost track of all time down in that dungeon, but you're probably right.
So, don't you find it strange that resistance comprising of several key members of society is formed so quickly?
Not really. I mean, they probably saw the way the wind was blowing and knew they would probably get executed if they didn't agree with the current regime, and those people tend to lay low and then find each other.
I suppose.
They all have a common enemy now, even. I mean, a lot of these people, they probably weren't on good terms with each other before, but now they have a common goal. Some of these people might have been rivals. I still think we should track down what remnants we can of the Fighters Guild. They seem to have been split and scattered for being treasonous, and there's some good people there who would be good at being able to fight back.
You know, at this point, I kind of just want my stuff back.
Well, to get our stuff back, we need to assault the main hall, and unless we've got a group of good men who can go up against the town guards and the Templars, is it Templars? I don't know what this new faction that was once Benadar have got now instead, but
A big figure comes between you and plops 2 wooden mugs full of foamy ale in front of you both.
Yeah.
thank you, my
That's
good
not a bad idea, getting the Fighters Guild to join our side. There might be someone who actually knows how to knock a few heads together then. Might have a better chance against all them guards.
Do you know what happened to the guild hall itself?
Still there as far as we know, under lock and key.
So if somebody could get in there and get a list of the names.
No. Lots have tried. There's weapons in there, and don't they know it? They've turned it into a guard barracks. What they need, because they've put on a ton of soldiers. I don't think we've been formally introduced. You must be Saphiro the Rat Paladin, and you must be Adrian Folk of Burmania, and certainly not Cesaria.
I am merely a cleric, not a paladin.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm always making mistakes like that.
No, it was not your mistake, it was
Anyway,
mine.
Oleg Gan, former butcher.
I greet you.
My butchery had to shut down because I couldn't pay the new taxes.
How outrageous the new taxes compared to the old?
Well, the old taxes were nothing.
Oh.
And the new taxes are... Oh, what were they? You need 10 pence a month if you're a citizen, and an additional 10 talons a month if you run a business. But I couldn't keep the business head above water with that kind of taxation. That's all me excess plus some. And then there's that shortage of pegs.
Shortage of pigs?
Most of the meat-producing animals have been reserved on what they call Regency farms, for exclusive use of the army.
Yeah, I'm sure most of it's not
Oh,
going
it's
to
a very
Roman.
popular recruitment strategy. Join the army and eat for a change.
I'm sure half of them aren't going to Roman in his upper echelon of loyal servants.
No, they are! That's the corruption of it.
That's what I meant. Yes.
Normally, you don't mind that the lion's share goes to the nobles because they take care of all to business and that, so you don't have to.
Of course.
But we're getting nothing out of it. It's outrageous.
I mean,
It makes me so mad I could just snap someone's neck.
well, at some point they're going to run out of food because there's going to be no one there willing to breed these pigs or grow these crops because they're not getting anything for it.
Oh, they'll do out as they're told, or guards will come around and take away dead children's for safekeeping.
What?
Why do you think we're in resistance, lad? It's horrible hell. We tried rioting, but the new soldiers, there's just too many of them. So that's when Blake came up with the idea of a more subtle style, sort of undermining them from areas, like cutting off certain things.
That's a good idea. Weaken them first, and then you can riot and when they're at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
What has the resistance done so far?
Well, we managed to make it so that they had to use a lower grade of ink, because we got rid of all the clerical supplies from the depository. But it turns out they just started making up a lower grade of ink. But it washes away real good in the weather, so they have to keep putting up new notices, which depletes their manpower in a futile resurfacing exercise.
No, what we need to do is we need to send somebody in to take those pigs.
But where will we put them?
I don't know, there must be some room down here somewhere.
What? Keep pegs underground?
Yeah, make up an underground stall or
Take it
get
from
some hay.
take it from a butcher. It's not a smell you want.
No, I mean you'd isolate it from other people, maybe the sewers or...
Hang on. The fourth level in the lament, remember?
Mm-hmm.
The one with the stream that was just a field?
We could possibly use the lament. We do have access in and out of it now.
The lament? What's that?
The big hill on the top of the tump, it leads into a memorial to the
Yes,
Battle of the
beneath there's a
Darkon.
lot of catacombs and passageways and...
And necromancers.
Actually,
They
they're all
got
dead.
And
Yeah.
Pharaoh worshippers. They're all up in there. They say they're battling the necromancers, but I don't hear too much battle going on.
I doubt it, the necromancers left long ago, as far as I know.
Well, if there's no evil magic to contend with, then I'm sound with that plan. If there's a place to keep pegs where they won't go.
Well, it'd be good, at least be worth taking you there and scoping it out. You're an expert on pigs, you could be able to...
I'm an
livestock.
expert on anything that dies when you cut into it.
Well, that'd be the same
Oh,
with
that sounded bad.
any sheep or cattle or anything that chickens that they're feeding on. If we can take away their supplies, then we don't have an army being fed anymore.
The only
And
real
we could supply the people who need it.
the only
Exactly.
real problem would be
That's a good idea. I'm
We
going to
would-
tell Blake that.
we would have to bring in an
Please.
external water source.
Why is that?
Did you remember what happened when we drank the water?
Oh, Blake, they've got a great
Oh,
idea about
on
keeping pegs up
that-
at the top with an eternal water source.
That particular water there, we'd have some pretty high pigs.
They might fly.
Although it could make them
I was trying to avoid that.
although it could make them healthier.
True.
But
There
I
are other
wonder
water sources down there too, not just that one.
I would actually be interested to see what would happen if you were to consume the meat of a pig that had fed on that.
Hello.
Well, it was also the
You
fruit
dropped
that
this.
did that.
Oh, thanks.
It's all right.
What is it?
Your spell book.
Oh, what?
Oh, it seems the least I could do. We haven't been introduced. They call me Lightfingers.
Okay.
If you need something, I can probably get it for you. I used to be with the Thieves Guild until I got dragged into this.
Why did you get dragged into this?
Because I got caught out with you lot.
Thanks.
I just want to be on the side of the biggest, toughest people in the room is all.
You know, you could probably be a good liaison to the Thieves Guild. I imagine they'd be quite
Well,
handy
that's
in a
what
situation.
that's what Blake was trying to do, get Thieves Guild on side, because we've got all kinds of ways over the place.
And under the place.
Unfortunately, now I have to negotiate with the new representative because I'm in the Resistance, apparently. Got a poster and everything.
So you're both? You're Resistance and Thieves Guild? In a
Let's
sense?
not bring that up. Let's talk about happier things, like I understand that you were loaded.
I
We
mean,
were loaded.
technically I still am.
Well, yeah, but I mean, good luck getting those letters of rights
Yeah.
that I don't even have on me anymore.
I mean, I
because Roman
think
took
I
them.
have had 600 gold marks in letters of rights and 1,500 marks at the temple.
Temple. Oh, they've got pretty good locks there. I'm assuming you mean the Temple of Benadar, that with the big frieze out front,
The big what?
like a bas relief.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Good places to hide in freezes, lots of shadows.
Incidentally, you wouldn't have a place down here where we could bathe. We've been walking through filth for days.
Oh, good luck, since the taxes on bathhouses are so outrageous, most of us are starting to whiff. In fact, Blake suggested that we not open up a little place just for us, because if we start smelling and looking different from the average population, we won't be able to blend in.
We still need to bathe now and then.
Oh,
I mean, it
yeah.
starts spreading disease if
I'm
too
a big
many-
believer in cleanliness.
if everybody isn't washing.
Well, anyway, I think I hear my name being called. I'll see you later. He leaves.
Pleased to meet
Your
you.
ales are gone.
Where'd my drink go?
Didn't you drink it?
No, I barely touched it. I had like one mouthful, and then the cup's gone too. It's not just empty.
Or maybe someone thought you were done and took it away.
When it went from that to that, I was looking forward to that. It'll probably go straight to my head because I've barely had anything to eat.
Well, we had food before, kind of. I guess you could call that food.
Seraphine sits down between you.
Hello.
So I'm leaving in the morning. Blake says he can find me a way out, and they're willing to give me enough coin to travel to hopefully meet my employer's handler.
I wish you luck. I shall
Don't
miss
know
you.
how long it's going to take, but
That's probably why it's better that you leave sooner rather than later. I do know you were in somewhat of a conundrum as to whether to stay and help or whether to leave straight away, but probably leaving...
Blake seems to think that a powerful ally such as Duke Winter coming in and restoring order might be better than civil unrest.
What does Duke Winter have to do with anything?
Duke Alex, properly, of De Winter, is possibly the most respected general in...
No, I know who he is, but what does he have to do with...
He's the hetman and martial commander of the army of Merland.
No, I know that, but...
He was very loyal to King Stephen if we can get him on our side.
And everyone wanted him to come in and displace King Stephen because he'd run things better.
But he was too loyal, so he wouldn't actually do that.
Loyalty is his middle name. No, it really is.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke too, but it isn't. Alex Loyalty De Winter.
The more you
There's
know.
a couple of other names in there as well, but I just thought you'd like to know. I'm going to sleep now.
Oh, bye.
Pleasant dreams.
I hope to be back soon.
When do you think Sulin will be back?
I don't know.
Meanwhile, and back to you clowns.
Yeah.
Oh, you really want to know? It's something like that.
Because nothing's ever easy, is it?
It's a shame we just don't have that map of the city. I wonder if Blake or any of his men have one. Like everything else, it was taken from us.
I mean, didn't we leave that back at the new boyfriend anyway?
I don't recall. I think Sulin had it, so I don't know what she did with it.
Thank you.
Sulin's got it, so it's not
You
even
guys
here
can hang
anyway.
on to your own map from now on.
Hey, fair enough. I wonder where Grandfather went. I'll look around to see if I can see him.
Your crazy old fat man grandfather? He's talking to that gentleman over there who just came in like 5 minutes ago.
I'll look and see who he's talking to.
There's a A grizzled in very, very old style armor that looks like it's seen like about 9,000 wars.
Don't recognise him from anything?
You've met him before, yeah?
Nah. Do I know his name?
Eamon.
Saw that one coming.
You didn't get that from the armor that's looked like it's seen about 900 battles?
Oh, I didn't know that was literal. I didn't take it literally. I just took it as, oh, it's very worn.
It is.
Eamon Godsbane. I'm going to get up and approach.
Okay.
Greetings. It is good to see you again.
Ah, so you finally got out of the pit.
Yes.
Well, this is a sticky situation you're in. I wish you luck with it.
Thank you. I see you have met my grandfather, as it turns out.
Finally.
Yes, poor fellow was duped into thinking...
I know.
Oh.
Tor told me.
Oh.
I was sent to collect him and take him to the monastery at Larantia.
Is he,
Cleric of Tor now? One day, perhaps.
No, I was meaning had Tor forgiven him.
I was only punishing myself. It seems. I've been an old fool.
Well, you can't blame yourself. There are many who would trick others and...
You should find my... I mean, I know we're supposed to ignore family, but you should still find your other grandson and granddaughter.
That may be a good idea. We'll see what Avery thinks. We leave in the morning. And I hope that you have the correct vision and foresight to do what is right.
So do I. This is a tricky situation. We're not supposed to get too involved in internal political matters, but
Let
this is
he
different.
watch over you who is judge of all the world, he says in dismissal.
Thank you.
Don't thank me.
I know what that entails.
Good. So anyway, I was discussing breasts. He says that they're magnificent and you'll really enjoy them now that you're free again.
Am I sure Eamon isn't my ancient relative? No, we'll go join Adrian again. There's my grandfather's being taken back home.
Isn't this his home?
Technically, he's being taken back to where I came from and I grew up, so...
Oh.
It's a shame Eamon is leaving with him and isn't going to help us here, but... Seems that...
Did you expect him to?
No, but it would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have solved all your fucking problems for you too. I ain't gonna let that happen.
I think he's intimated this is a task for me to undergo. Maybe we should find this Blake fellow and have a chat with him. Have you seen him
Yeah,
this
he's
morning?
right over there.
Oh, he's
He's
right there.
there.
Oh.
He's been there for at least 3 hours, Saphira.
I'll go over and talk to her.
Blake looks up from his documents as you approach. Ah, if it isn't Mr. Ideas.
Oh, yes, well,
Good one with the pigs. We'll have to do something about that.
not just pigs, all farm animals, I think.
Well,
If we can
pigs-
stop feeding their army,
Pigs are easier to smuggle. Cows
chickens.
tend to run all over the place and shed feathers, but you know, they could be manageable. We'll see what we can do.
Also, I don't know if anybody mentions the Fighters Guild, getting hold of some of them.
Yes, so it was quite insistent.
This is an opportunity. They've been driven out by the local constabulary, and there's
Yes.
some good men there.
Finding them, however.
Yes. Well, they can't have gone too far.
Anyway, we've got some nice rustic clothing for you all, so you'll be able to venture out tomorrow and see what's happened to the city firsthand.
Yes.
I'd suggest getting some rest. You're going to need it.
Yes. Be nice to get a little bit cleaned up, but... can only
You don't
do
want to
with-
look too much cleaner than the rest of the population. That'll
No.
be a dead giveaway.
But I'd rather have dirt from today on me than dirt from a week ago. Have you heard back from Sulan at all yet?
Not yet. And, well, frankly, we've lost track of her. Well, she gave my men the slip.
Then she's probably doing well. I imagine it would be obvious if they'd caught her. I mean, Roman would make a spectacle out of it, for sure.
Oh, certainly, even for just breaking curfew.
We met a fellow Lightfingers, I think it was.
Well, Villa. Yes.
Liaison to the Thieves Guild.
If you'd had anything, I'd suspect you should check that you still have it, but you don't.
My ale did disappear.
He can't help it.
No. That's what they all say. But yes, the Thieves Guild would also be a fruitful ally.
Yes, we know. We've been trying.
How are things going on that front?
They don't see the profit in it right now. I hope to change their minds once we start stringing together a few more critical successes.
Well, there's some rich people at the head of all this. Perhaps they could be made a little less rich to our benefit, to our mutual benefit.
That would be a Thieves Guild matter.
Exactly.
At the moment, we have a serving wench infiltrating the palace. In a few weeks, she might be high enough up to steal Roman's water bucket for his hair. That'll inconvenience him.
That won't do that much.
No, but then his hair will be all floofy and no one will
Wouldn't it
take
be better if
seriously.
she, like, poisons his drink or something like that?
Well, obviously, if we can get that close, but he has food tasters, you know. I mean, we have tried these things.
Okay, just making sure. I just don't see what a hair water bucket will do.
He's
aside from...
incredibly vain.
So he'll get slightly angry and pissy and then just return to normal?
And when he's angry, that's when he'll make mistakes. It isn't all just about offsetting one side of the balance scale. You have to attack across all the fronts at the same time. Psychological, well, he wouldn't know that word. Emotional warfare. Actual warfare. A disturbance of flow of power and funds and resources.
Definitely agree with
and
that.
rerouting them. You can't just concentrate on one, because then he can focus all of his attentions on stopping that. It has to be everywhere at once. He shouldn't be able to turn around without something making his life just that little bit worse.
Well, I suppose if every little thing helps. What are our numbers?
They're means by which we keep track of various quantities.
No, I mean what?
But that's not important right now.
How many of us are there in the Resistance?
Solidly? Actually, maybe
I want to
20,
hear.
25?
I was hoping to hear something in the hundreds.
But we have a large number of well-wishers and supporters who would help us occasionally.
If we can get as many.
I mean, how big an organization did you really expect us to be able to grow in a few weeks?
No, but if we can get all of the
We used
downtrodden to do a little
more,
bit.
but they raided one of our houses and took about 12 of us prisoner.
Has
That
there
was
been
a blow.
any attempts to get those people back?
Yes, and that's how we lost another cell. Now we've learned to organize ourselves into separate groups that only communicate very rarely.
That does make sense. Perhaps Sulan could be good at getting, when she gets back, getting them out.
I seem
I
to
don't
put a lot
know.
of faith in this Sue Lin, but I mean, far be it from me to impugn someone's character, but is it wise to trust, you know,
An Amazon?
I was going to say Lich Mistress, but
She's not a Lich Mistress.
I have eyes, you know.
People read too much into her eyes.
If you say so.
I trust her implicitly.
How's that worked out for you?
Very well.
Well then, you'll forgive me if I withhold a certain degree of trust until it's, say, earned.
That is fair enough. Trust is something that should be earned.
Anyway, it is getting late. You should both probably rest. It will be a big day for you tomorrow.
Okay, if Sulin comes back before daybreak, please let me know.
Certainly.
Send
I'll keep
somebody
that
to-
in mind.
Let me know. Thank you. We'll get some rest, I guess.
Okay. What are you doing, kid?
Yeah, napping.
Right. So, let us advance time then, shall we? Say, just after Lord's. You can return to the hideout.
I'm back.
You're woken.
Sulin, are you hurt?
A tad. Here.
A tad as she's a fucking mess.
What happened?
It didn't go
May Tor's divine light heal your wounds.
exactly to plan.
Nice.
15.
15.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was a 7 and an 8 on the dice. Are you better? Do you need any more?
Oh, I was
She's
fine
very
for
burdened with many
the,
sacks
fine for
and
the,
bags.
for the moment.
I'll help her out and take
Here,
some of the
Thanks.
stuff off.
you have, over the bag,
Yep.
you look really surprised because here's your robes,
Oh.
your components, and your miscellaneous gear.
Oh!
No staff though.
No staff.
She
What?
can't move it.
Weren't you supposed to only...
And Saphira, roll the
Thank you.
dice.
Roll what kind of dice?
Doesn't matter.
Anything.
Okay. 2.
Evens.
Yeah, I was figuring that
In,
might be.
in your bag is your gear. No sword, obviously.
Yeah.
One shield. It's the old shield.
The older ones are not the
Sorry,
big
you
ones.
lost your new one.
Yeah.
That's what that dice roll
That's
was.
what that
Yeah.
was. Yep.
But it still might be in the palace, right? No?
It's probably been sold off or used by someone.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
could,
Damn.
Damn, it wasn't a good shield.
Yeah, but it was better than the one I had. It couldn't be split.
No, it wasn't.
It was objectively not. It lowered your AC.
Yeah.
It was
No.
cursed.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, and you would have been compelled to use it because it looked nicer.
where is Seraphine?
What? Oh! God, you look like crap. Ooh, bag. Thank you.
You need more.
No,
Tor's
just
divine
about everything's
light
here.
heal your wounds. Heal another
11.
11.
How did you... No, really, how did you get all this?
Lee helped.
Oh, Lee! And he's coming?
No.
Or is he not coming?
No, he's leaving.
Oh
the
my
city.
god.
No, he's alive. Just he was.
Just.
Oh, he was as injured as I was, but he's left the city. He's gone. He said he doesn't believe in this cause, so he's off to find an artifact. The voices told him so.
Fair enough, this is not his fight. I would not ask any
So
more.
he
of them.
still hears voices in his head.
Yes,
They counsel him?
They understand?
They talk to him.
I don't know.
They talk to him.
Yeah! Hit this! Hit this kid! Well, my work's here, Doc. See you fuckers later.
Yeah, so I got as much as I could.
Also, monies.
And yeah, anything that was everything.
Oh, all my stuff.
Your inventory is back.
Inventory is back, except for the items that were
Yeah.
stated.
So,
Otherwise,
so just I don't have the staff.
Yeah.
and you don't have that shield.
The sword and the sword, yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
well,
sense.
you never get the sword.
There were potions in my inventory.
She had to use one.
Okay, cool. I was just
two.
making.
Roll 2. Oh, sorry, yeah. Roll randomly to determine which are missing.
I only have one. I suppose I have 2 types technically.
There's that
There's
super
the
good one.
super
that's
good
like
one and
100
just the
hit
normal
points.
ones. Yeah. So what do you want? Like,
I don't know, but put all the potions in a list and then roll it. It's like, count how many you have and then decide which ones at the...
Assign them a number and roll a D.
I would have
whatever.
Right, I would have grabbed 2 of the same because he did teach me that much.
Yeah.
oh well, the only 2 that were the same were the standard healing potions, so
Yeah.
that goes down.
But I would have.
Okay, good. I estimated that correctly.
Yeah,
Okay,
because technically I wouldn't. You told me not to mix potions, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
have done
Potion miscibility is a dangerous thing. I should do a PSA on it.
Potion miscibility!
Oh man, I really hurt myself when we came off that slide. Here, you can use my healing potion. Hold on, kids. Have you used a healing potion within the last hour? Yes. Then you may want to check that healing potion was made at the same time from the same batch. What? Why the fuck would we want to do that? You grumpy asshole! Who is this guy? Fine, blow yourselves up. See if I give a shit, you little communists.
Here, have 2
Shit.
potions.
Sharing.
Who was that guy?
Justice Guard!
Oh man, I'm all out of gum. You could share some of mine.
Hold on, kids.
The 60-second man!
Did you know sharing is the very foundation of communism? And communism is the opposite of democracy, the very foundation of this great nation. You don't want to be un-American, do you?
No.
Then say no to communism.
Thanks, 60-second man. Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle. Justice Guard!
Get this woman some food.
A drumstick appears in your cleavage. I'm assuming you're wearing your gear again.
Yes.
Hello. We haven't been properly introduced. I'm Villa. I need you to make a
Detect like fingers. So,
pickpocket check.
Which is the
pickpocket resistance, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a
It's
percentile.
also what
isn't
you
it?
roll to detect it happening to you.
Ah,
But the
okay.
other thing is, if you have it. If you don't, then you can do a standard perception check, but it's got some DCs on it.
Sulan doesn't have pickpocket. That's ridiculous.
I don't.
See?
5.
You notice your coin pouch is getting lighter slowly.
My dagger's by his throat.
Oh, hello, you're one of... Oh, look what I found! You've got a hole in your pouch there. It's dropping the stuff all over the ground. I'll just put it here on the table. What's that coming, Blake?
You should eat and rest. Though you may want to say farewell to Seraphine. She will be gone in the morning, perhaps before you wake.
Each has their own paths.
Her path runs in parallel to ours. It just runs elsewhere.
You always find shade water.
That's not what parallel means, Saphiro.
Yes, it is.
I'll eat and rest.
No, parallel hits the same place.
Exactly.
Actually, parallel would head to this... just beside the same...
Yeah.
Exactly.
Convergent would head to the same place.
Yeah, no. What I'm
And divergent would be about 2 hours of your life wasted.
no, but what he said was it's parallel. It just hit somewhere else.
Yeah.
It does. That's not what.
Okay, you guys have 2 options right now. You could get into a long argument, which is fine, or you can go to sleep and wake up in the morning and we can carry on.
I like
Let's
to go
with
to
option
sleep.
2. Let's pretend the long argument happened anyway.
Because I'm probably fucking dead. And it's Saphiro won.
No.
Roll charisma to find out who won. It's an opposed roll, so closest without going over.
Natural 20. You even gonna try?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Come on,
try.
motherfucker.
I'm gonna
It's called a promo, Roman.
Shut up, I'm tired.
Saphiro first.
Oh, I get to roll this time.
Yes.
D20?
For the record, when we wake up in the morning, it will be a ret 25th, just so I'm on track here. D20, of course. It's only a D10 less, but I'll just subtract
19.
Ooh! Okay. So, you find yourself in a opulently appointed inn chamber, getting maximum rest benefits for whatever it is. A fireplace crackles in the corner, some girl is dancing at the end of your bed. A fat man comes in with a little tray and he puts it there and there's food heaped up on it. It's really disappointing when you wake up and you're nowhere near that comfortable, sated or happy.
So he gets negative points because he's disappointed.
Well, you get no rest benefit from the hole you're in right now, so. Sulin, you're next.
7.
That's not so good.
Use a coin to pay for a better one.
And if you want.
No!
Wow.
What's the going rate on dreams?
Depends on the severity of change you want. Right, so you dash through the trees. A nasty man appears before you, but you slide under his blade and stand upwards, cutting him from groin to throat. You continue running up the tree, but there's another nasty man waiting for you up there, because God knows how he knew you would do that, but he did. And he attempts to tangle you up with some kind of little hook thing on a chain. But you slide under it and grab hold of the thing and pull him off the tree. He's still screaming when he hits the ground. You're doing pretty good until 3 dark-clad people in, like, devil masks appear around you and stab you through the heart at the same time. Without even really trying. It's like they knew how you would dodge. You wake up relieved to find yourself still alive. Next.
15.
Sweet.
I hope so.
You're on the 3rd level of a large mage's tower, lost in a library.
I mean, that sounds pretty sweet.
And by lost, I mean like you're just reading a lot of books and forgetting about time.
Yeah.
And the passage thereof. Your dream is interrupted when Charles walks into the library and says, "It's all for nothing, you know.
What is?
Everything I've done. You're the victim of horrible lies. I just think you should know that before I die. I've lied to you. Your mentors lied to you. It's all been set up." And he disappears instantly. You wake up.
Come back!
Spotlight interview features Clyde Taylor, who was 10 years old when his cousins introduced him to a game, Dungeons & Dragons. In the 8th grade, he started drinking and doing drugs, and it was during that time that he met a friend, Snake, who introduced him to Satanism.